From tears to triumph, for the story of the girl who became a princess, who turned ashes. Tale of Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a quiet kingdom filled with grand castles and green fields, gentle breeze whispers through the kingdom, carrying the scent of wildflowers. Promise. Kingdom rests in quiet beauty, a haven of peace, untouched by the outside world. There lived a gentle girl named Cinderella. In her garden, Cinderella's gentle spirit shines as she nurtures the flowers. Her mother gazes upon Cinderella, her heart overflowing with love and pride. She is ill and worried about days ahead. Cinderella is sitting next to her mother as she is not well. One sad morning her mother died. The day casts a somber light upon Cinderella's home, where silence amplifies the weight of sorrow. Young Cinderella stands beside her father. Both are in sorrow. Grief is etched deeply on their faces, a mirror reflecting the profound loss they both feel. The silence is broken only by soft sobs, each breath a sign of their inconsolable sorrow. Their figures remain still. The weight of their loss was very heavy. Days passes by. The quiet sobs echo through the house, a constant reminder of their shared grief. Cinderella's father was always worried about her, as he is a merchant. He has to go out of town for his work, so decided to remarry, and her father prepares to introduce his new family. He presents his new wife with a hopeful smile, unaware of the subtle shadows lurking beneath her gracious facade. The stepmother returns a wide smile, yet a flicker of hidden intent betrays her polished exterior. Drizella and Anastasia stand beside their mother, their expressions mirroring a mix of curiosity and veiled ambition. In the dim light of her home, Cinderella's eyes reflect deep concern as she sits beside her father. Her father was worried as he was going out of town. She gently takes her father's hand, feeling the unseen unease that fills the room. Her father's worry hangs heavy as she offers a soft reassurance.
Everything will be all right, Papa.
Her gentle words seek to calm the tension, her eyes filled with firm hope. But one day, when Cinderella woke up, to her dismay, she got the news that her father died. They received his dead body. In the quiet of home, her father lies still, his face serene in death. A heavy silence descends, broken only by the stepmother's shifting fake attitude. The mask of sorrow slips, replaced by a cold, calculating gleam in her eyes. The room's stillness amplifies her silent transformation. In the somber confines of her home, Cinderella stands alone, her radiant gown now just tattered rags. Her stepmother and stepsisters surround her, their laughter echoing with cruelty, filling the air with malice. Each task is more difficult than the last, a mountain of chores thrust upon Cinderella. Cinderella's eyes reflect a deep sorrow as she accepts the endless tasks, her spirit dimmed but not broken. Cinderella kneels on the unforgiving floor, her face bearing the marks of endless hard working. A burst of color and sound pierces the gloom as a parrot offers a squawked encouragement. Tiny paws push crumbs in an act of kindness, a silent promise of support. In her eyes, the weight of her chores is too much, yet a flicker of flexibility remains. The parrot watches over Cinderella, its bright eyes conveying a silent message of hope. Amidst the ashes and the dust, a tale of dreams endures, waiting for its moment to ignite. A royal announcement came into the tranquil living room, igniting a storm of jealousy. The stepsisters erupt in ear-splitting shrieks, their voices echoing with a frenzy of greed. Their eyes glint with greed, reflecting the promise of gowns and jewels. Demands for new gowns and jewels came from their lips. In the dim light of her room, Cinderella's fingers danced deftly around her, weaving dreams into her stepsister's gowns. Each careful stroke of the brush is a suppressed sigh as Cinderella attends to her stepsister's hair. A wistful gaze betrays Cinderella's hidden yearning for a grand ball, dream just out of reach. The delicate needle glints in the candlelight, a silent witness to Cinderella's quiet diligence. Her gentle touch transforms mundane tasks into acts of quiet rebellion. As Cinderella's heart dreams of a different fate, Cinderella lingers in the doorway, her gaze fixed on the floor, swallowed by the room's shadows. In a voice barely above a whisper, Cinderella asks,
May I go to the ball?
Her stepmother sits on a velvet chair, a cruel smile twisting her lips. Her voice drips with scorn.
You, in those rags? Stay home and scrub the floors.
The stepmother's words hang heavy in the air, crushing Cinderella's fragile hope. In the dim kitchen, Cinderella sits by the fire. Her face shows her sadness, tears rolling down Cinderella's face, each drop a sign of her despair. Her worn dress, now stained with tears, symbolizes the weight of her endless chores. The fire's flickering shadows dance around her, enhancing the profound sense of loneliness. Hopelessness spreads in the air, clinging to Cinderella like a shroud. She remains motionless, surrendering to the overwhelming despair that consumes her. The kitchen glows warmly, long shadows swaying gently, when suddenly a figure appears. Her fairy godmother materializes, radiating a comforting light and deep concern. Her fairy godmother's presence fills the space, her face etched with kindness and worry. With gentle eyes, in the dimly lit kitchen, Cinderella stands, her eyes reflecting the quiet despair of unfulfilled dreams. Her heart pours out. Her fairy godmother's eyes reflect understanding, casting a warm glow in the dimly lit kitchen. The oppressive atmosphere begins to lift, replaced by a fragile hope ignited by the fairy godmother's unwavering support. Under the serene moonlight, the fairy godmother raises her wand, initiating a magical transformation. A plump pumpkin dramatically swells, its skin shimmering as it transforms into a golden carriage. Two little mice became into horses. In the softly lit kitchen, magic stirs as the fairy godmother prepares Cinderella for an enchanting evening. With a graceful flick of her wrist, Cinderella's rags transform into a shimmering gown of silver. Delicate glass sandals materialize grand ballroom, Cinderella and the prince begin their waltz, a dance of destiny under the shimmering chandeliers. Their eyes meet, locking in a gaze that can neglect the rich surroundings. As they glide, the music envelops them, creating a world where only they exist. Cinderella, lost in the moment, whispers,
I feel like I am dreaming.
The prince responds, his voice filled with tender longing.
If this is a dream, I never want to wake up.
Lost in their dance, the world fades away, leaving only the promise of an eternal dream. The palace ballroom glitters under the radiant glow of countless chandeliers. The clock begins to strike 12, its chimes echoing ominously through the ballroom. Amidst the whirling dancers, Cinderella's face pales as each chime echoes. Panic flares in Cinderella's eyes as the final chime reverberates. Driven by increasing fear, Cinderella whispers.
I must go.
On the grand palace staircase, Cinderella rushes. She is like a shadow, a stark against the night. A delicate glass sandals falls from her foot, landing softly on the cold stone. The clock begins to strike midnight, each chime echoing the fading magic. As the final chime fades, Cinderella disappears into the darkness, leaving only the crystal glass sandal behind. Under the cloak of night, the prince kneels on cold stone near the palace steps. His fingers, gentle as a lover's touch, lift the delicate glass slipper. Moonlight transforms the slipper into captured starlight. He gazes at the slipper, his face hardening with resolve. His voice echoes through the night, a vow etched in stone.
I vow to marry the maiden whose foot fits the shoe.
Next morning, Prince called upon his armor man and planned to search, shimmering with hope and determination. Armor man and prince have reached Cinderella's humble home. These the delicate glass shoes, a sign of hope in the modest room. The stepsisters push forward, their faces flushed with anticipation, eyes fixed on the prize. One stepsister strains, foot twisted, but the glass shoes stubbornly refuses to yield. Disappointment washes over the stepsisters as the glass shoes resists their desperate attempts. Cinderella, with a flicker of hope, timidly asks to try on the glass shoes. Her stepmother and stepsisters respond with insulting laughter, their faces twisted in mockery. Ignoring their cruelty, Cinderella takes the shoes, her touch gentle. The glass sandal slides onto her foot perfectly. A hush descends as Cinderella pulls out the matching sandal. In the warm light of her home, the prince's eyes widen as recognition floods his face. A soft smile begins to form. With a gentle touch, he takes Cinderella's hand, his eyes tender. In a moment suspended in time, the prince asks,
Will you be my bride, Cinderella?
Tears welling in her eyes, Cinderella responds with a huge nod.
Yes, my prince. 1,000 times yes.
Beneath the radiant sun, a grand wedding unfolds in the quiet kingdom. Cinderella's gentle smile radiates as she prepares to embrace a new chapter of life. In a gesture of profound grace, Cinderella turns, extending a hand of forgiveness. Her stepmother and stepsisters look up, their faces etched with surprise and remorse. Cinderella's act of kindness shines, proving that love and forgiveness triumph over all. The kingdom watches, hearts touched by Cinderella's enduring compassion. Dear listeners, prepare yourselves, for this is not just a story of fabric. It is a story of bravery, sacrifice, and a magic that lives forever. Tonight, I'll tell you the tale of a mysterious red sari, woven with magic, courage, and a secret that even Queen could not steal. Once upon a time, in a village nestled at the edge of a whispering forest, there lived a young woman named Anaya. She was kind, gentle, and known for weaving the most delicate fabrics with her loom. Her loom stands beside her. With nimble fingers, she begins to weave, creating beautiful patterns that mirror the beauty of the village. Yet, no matter how beautiful her creations were, she always dreamed of weaving something truly magical, something that could protect her people. The gentle sunlight filters through the leaves, casting light shadows on the riverbank, as if nature itself conspires to reveal her inner desires. In the quiet solitude of the morning, Anaya's heart yearns for something beyond the familiar comforts of her village. The hut glows softly, a shelter of artistry where Anaya carefully arranges her fabrics. Each piece whispers of skill, undoubtedly beautiful, yet the elusive magic remains unfound. Her weathered hands move with practiced ease, smoothing the weaves, a dance of dedication. But deep within her eyes, a profound yearning flickers, a hunger for something beyond mere craftsmanship. One evening, as twilight paints the sky in hues of orange and purple, Anaya finds peace by the tranquil riverbank. A shimmering golden bird descends from the heavens, its feathers glowing in the fading light. The bird dropped a single scarlet feather before flying away. When Anaya picked it up, the feather glowed in her hands, whispering, "Weave me into your cloth, and you shall weave destiny." In the dim confines of her hut, Anaya sits, a hope to resolve in the enveloping darkness. Her hands tremble slightly as she lifts the scarlet feather, its glow illuminating her face. Determination hardens in Anaya's eyes, reflecting the feather's radiant promise. Dawn breaks in Anaya's hut as she sits at her loom. She weaves a feather into the silk threads. The sari begins to take shape, glowing with a radiant red color. Sweat beads on her forehead, sign of her tireless dedication. In the heart of the village square, the red sari hangs suspended, its vibrant hue immediately seizing the gaze. Bathed in moonlight, tiny golden sparks waltz across its surface, resembling miniature stars. Villagers amass around the sari, their faces mirroring awe as they discern the sari's protective aura. Each villager's expression reflects a deep reverence for the red sari, their faces a tableau of awe and trust. The queen's court glitters with unimaginable wealth, every surface reflecting the richness of power. Envy twists the queen's face as she listens to hushed whispers, a storm of jealousy brewing within. The legend of the red sari, shadow a harbinger of doom. The ominous darkness descends upon Anaya, enveloping her in an unnatural stillness. A gradual transformation begins as Anaya's features harden, turning her into a stone statue. Even as stone encases her, a serene and peaceful expression remains on Anaya's face. Villagers approach Anaya's statue, their faces reflecting deep sorrow. With gentle hands, they place the red sari at the statue's base, a symbol of hope. Years later, the village stands withered under a relentless sun. Dust blankets everything, a testament to long-endured drought and fading hope. The once vibrant colors of the village are now muted, drained by despair. Cracked earth stretches as far as the eye can see, reflecting the community's broken spirit. The silence of the village speaks volumes of its suffering. An oppressive stillness hangs in the air, heavy with desolation. Within the serene confines of the village temple, Mira steps into a world of reverence and echoes. Her young heart carries the weight of loss as she approaches Anaya's silent statue. In the soft light, her eyes reflect both deep reverence and profound is a story woven with bravery and love. Each thread holds the spirit of those who came before us, who fought for what they believed in. It must stop to those who will carry its legacy into the future. In the heart of the village, Anaya and Mira radiate hope as they stand ready to transform their community. With hands that guide and teach, they demonstrate the secret, planting seeds of change. Laughter echoes as they work together. Water conservation techniques uniting the villagers in a shared purpose. A sense of into a sanctuary of hope, where dreams are reborn and futures are rewritten. Warm light spills from village homes, casting a comforting glow into the night. Anaya and Mira move with purpose, their presence a sign of hope. They offer peace and strength, their words weaving support among the villagers. In the quiet night, compassion raises, mending spirits and lifting burdens. Under the serene moonlight, the red sari gleams in the village square, a symbol of hope
दोबारा से वो
and
करके ज्वाइन
unity.
करूँ ना, मैं
Villagers
इस मोबाइल
begin
पे
to
कर लिया
gather,
जो
their faces lit by a shared sense of thankfulness and affection. Hearts swell with unspoken gratitude as the community unites under the radiant glow of the red sari. Love permeates